Hey everyone, this is Dr. Hill and I'm going to show you how to do the MLA formatting for your research paper or writing assignment for my class. So the first thing that we're going to do is type in the basic information that you need to identify yourself on this paper. So we're going to start first with putting in your name. I'm going to pretend I'm a student in class and my name is Susie Davis for the purpose of this assignment. And then the next thing you're going to put in is the name of your teacher or instructor. So I'm going to put my name in, which is Dr. Hill. Next, you're going to put in the name of your class, which in this case is Honors English 12. And then after that, you're going to put in the actual day, month, then year. So this is an international date line. So it's going to look something like this. So since our paper is due on the 15th of May, I'm going to put it in just like this. It's really important that for this section right here, please don't use numbers with the little slashes and things like that, the backward and forward slash. Do not do that. Please follow the international date as you see it here. The next thing that we're going to do, we're going to put in the name of our title for this paper. Let's see, so I'm going to come up with something, eliminating weekend hunger. So this is the name of my research paper. So please make sure that you come up with a really good title for your paper that applies to the subject that you're coming up with. I don't want to see something like my research paper or something like that. And then if you notice, I'm using correct title case all the way across. And so I'm going to just hit one enter line. So we are right about here. And so I'm going to go ahead and type in the actual name of my first header, and then you're going to see everything come together. So let's see here, demographics. Now, whenever you're working on an actual header for a paper, so this one we're going to bold, but you'll notice nothing else is bolded here. So now that we've bolded the first header for our paper, we're going to highlight everything, and then we're going to change it to Times New Roman. Then we're going to make it 12. And you should already see a big difference, right? The next thing that we're going to do, we're going to go to the line spacing right here, and we're going to change it to double. And you're like, whoa, yes, it took up quite a bit of space. And then we're going to go back to line spacing just to make sure that it's perfect. And what you should see is line spacing is 2, and then it should be 0 before and 0 after. And we're going to go ahead and apply. So we're going to unhighlight everything. So we're going to click the cursor so that it's blinking just like this. And so what I'm going to do first is I'm going to highlight my title of my paper, my research paper. If you notice, I haven't made it larger or bolded it or anything like that, because that would be inappropriate for MLA formatting. We're going to center it instead. That's all we're going to do, Times New Roman, and it's centered. Now, if you notice, for your paper, you have different headers for each section that you're responsible for. So the headers of your paper, you'll notice there are flush to the left, just like this, and it's bolded. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to hit enter once, but I'm going to get rid of this bold just so that we don't have a problem. And make sure that everything below it is not bolded. So you notice when I highlight it, nothing showed up as bolded. So now I'm going to type out the words start here and I'm going to put ellipses there, and then I'm going to place my cursor. So if you pay attention here, I'm placing my cursor right here, and I'm going to press the tab key on your keyboard just once. So we have the header of your section. So each time you start a new section of the paper, I should see only the header in bold, nothing else. And so this would be where your first paragraph goes. And if you notice, it's indented. Only this part is indented. So if you had a longer sentence and things like that, it should, even though this part is indented for your paragraph, it should come to here once you start writing the paragraph. So the last thing that we need to do is we need to fix your header. So every paper that's done in MLA, it has to have a proper pagination for the header. So we're going to go ahead to the menu and go to Insert, and we're going to go to Header and Page Number, and then we're going to go select Page Number, and we're going to go to this one in the upper left-hand side of the options right here. And what you notice is the one, it shows up as Arial. So that's going to be a problem. So we're going to highlight everything, change it to Times New Roman 12. And then you're going to place your cursor right before the number. So if you notice the numbers right here, I'm going to place my cursor right before it. I'm going to type out my last name. So for the purposes of this paper, I said my name was Susie Davis. So I'm going to type out Davis. And then I'm going to add a space. So you should notice that there is a space right here between the last name, which is your last name, and the page number. Now, on this particular assignment, you should notice that this box is not clicked. Please don't click this box. All right, so when we take a look, you should have your name. Look at the pagination. Everything is Times New Roman. You have right here, you have your title of your paper, which is interesting and related to your subject matter. You have your very first header that is bolded only, and then this gives you the starting paragraph for this particular section. Now, if you want to double check to make sure that your headers are done correctly and it's not going to repeat the same number. So when you go from page to page, it shouldn't say Davis 1 on all of your pages of your paper. It should say Davis 1, then Davis 2. It'll automatically start to give you page numbers, but have your last name. So in case, like if I printed out your paper and one of the pages came up missing, I would know, oh, I need to look for Davis 3, which would be the third page of your actual paper. So what we're going to do, just for the purpose of experimentation, to show you how to get this done, don't do this yourself unless you want to just double check. I'm going to hit enter here, and I'm going to get rid of this indent. All right, and so I'm going to insert page break. So let's see, I'm on the wrong thing, I believe. Okay, so we're going to go to break right here. And if you notice, it turned into Davis 2 right here. So that means it's automatically numbering my pages. So it has last name, then the correct page number. So if you look at this one as Davis 1, then it goes to Davis 2. So what I'm going to do right now is hit Control Z, or I'm going to use the undo feature, which is Control Z, and I'm going to do it once more. So now that I end up here, so I ended up doing undo a couple of times till I ended up back right here. And this is where you would start your first paragraph for your paper. So I hope this tutorial was helpful for you. Good luck on your assignment, Bruins. And with that being said, please make sure that you format your paper accordingly. Big points are totaled in for that. So have a great day.